jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
What up, WCS? Back at it once again. You already know. Salute to the supporters. Salute to the ones who support the channel. It's fight weekend again. Yes, sir. We at it once again. Hot Grease Chronicles EP 97 on deck. You know what it is? Fantasy fight announcement, man. What is the fantasy fight announcement? We'll get back to it. Breaking. Crawford-Spence. No announcement. Ortiz illness, serious. Two-time Olympic gold standard. Robeisey Ramirez. Headlines versus Isaac Dogbay. It's going to be a fire. It's going to be a firework weekend. Main event, top-ranked boxing promotion. It's going down in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You already know, dog. So let's get down to it. Let me start with Virgil Ortiz. I'm pretty sure right now he's feeling pretty dejected. No doubt about it. He has a condition called rhabdomyolysis. Rhabdomyolysis, people, is most often caused by direct traumatic injury. The condition can also be a result of drugs, toxins, infections, muscle ischemia, electrolyte and metabolic disorder, genetic disorders, exertion or prolonged bed rest, and temperature-induced states such as neuroleptic malignant syndrome. Okay, that is just the Google result. And speaking about rhabdomyolysis, now obviously it's a serious condition, and big shout out to Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease, the first in the building, man. You already know Gumbo. Salute to your brother. Big shout out. Appreciate you pulling up, man. As always, Toby on deck from across the pond. You already know. Salute WCS and the chat. Salute to every one of y'all that's in the building. Real talk. It's Thursday. Hopefully everyone enjoyed their week so far. You know, we do have boxing that's going down. But first, I want to, talk about the serious condition of welterweight contender Virgil Ortiz Jr., who sits at 19 victories, 0 defeats, with 19 coming by way of knockout. He is leveled across the board, y'all. I like Virgil Ortiz as a fighter. First off, he has heart. He has heart. And he's shown that he can take that heart and use it to get him out of adversity. Grit, courage, durability, hunger. He gives you all those terms that a boxer should have, that's ready to go in there and give you that dog work. And Virgil Ortiz has shown that he can give you the dog work. He's had fights that he was hurt in, but this is a different fight. The rhabdomyolysis, man, is different. It's different, man. When you talk about internal issues, you know what I'm saying, sicknesses or some type of medical condition that has to be treated, man, it becomes a whole lot serious. You know what I'm saying? Because in boxing, along with other combat sports, the body does endure a lot of damage. Seriously, a lot of soft tissue damage, muscle, bones, joints. Not to mention the CTE. I tried to do as much research as possible on rhabdomyolysis, and I'm quite a novice at understanding about this, but this is not the first time that Virgil Ortiz has dealt with this type of condition. All right, let me go on to speak on another part of rhabdomyolysis. It says most of the symptoms of rhabdomyolysis are non-specific. The characteristic of complaints is rhabdomyolysis is muscle pain, weakness, and dark urine. You know what I'm saying? It's just not good. Okay? What happens during rhabdomyolysis? It's a serious medical condition that can be fatal. Listen to me. This condition can be fatal or result in permanent disability. Now this is serious when it comes to boxing because you need to be 100%. Now we know a lot of boxers most of the time split the ropes and they're not 100%. But most of their disabilities consist of injuries or healing from an injury, or having to take time off to nurse that injury before they get back in the square. But with this being an internal medical condition, they say it's a serious one, and it could be fatal or result in permanent disability. Rhabdo occurs when damaged muscle tissue released its proteins and electrolytes into the bloodstream, y'all. These substances can damage the heart and kidneys and cause permanent disability or death. This is serious, man. Next question. Can rhabdomyolysis be cured? It says you can expect a full recovery with prompt treatment. Doctors can even reverse kidney damage. However, if compartment syndrome is not treated early enough, it may cause lasting damage. All right. What is the 4 causes of rhabdomyolysis? The most common cause are crush injury, overexertion, alcohol abuse, and certain medicines and toxins. Several inherited genetic disorders such as McArdle's disease, muscular dystrophy are predisposing factors for the syndrome. This can go on and on and on, but the reason why I want to speak on it, because as I was doing my research, reading up on it, it turned out to be a lot more serious than a lot of people are giving it credit for. And also hearing Blair Flair speak on rhabdomyolysis can come from ped usage or abuse of peds or whatever. Listen, I always speak about people giving their opinion outside the scope of their qualification, and that not only just it's directed at those individuals who take the moment like this to act like they're a doctor. It goes for myself too. That's why I'll tell you where I'm reading and getting my information from. But at this point in time, I feel like the moment for Virgil Ortiz is serious enough for me to kind of reject the notion on what Blair Flair is saying about this can be activated or whatever due to ped use. Now, we all know deep down inside that in a lot of sports, to include boxing, there are individuals out here that actually participate in cutting corners, enhancing themselves, especially enhancing themselves to be able to recover quicker and be able to endure the rigors of training and the damage that is inflicted on their body to be able to recover. So they take certain supplements, all right? Internal to their supplements, sometimes a fighter willingly or unwillingly knows what it consists of. A lot of times, if you got a sponsorship or whatever, they don't know everything that's in the supplement. But also there are fighters who do cut corners and they understand the loopholes and they take performance enhancing drugs. I think it was a poor choice of Blair Flair to speak on rhabdomyolysis, to say it can be from performance enhancing drug usage when pretty much he's unqualified to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? He's very much unqualified to speak on it. Seriously. All I would like to do is for Team Ortiz, man, you know, wish you the best in getting better, because he's not going to be the last, or he's not the first to ever come down with a condition in boxing. Boxing is a very, very tough sport, bro. You know, to continue to be at the top of your game, and hopefully your body follows you and your body's able to continue to repair itself while you tear it down every fight camp, and then go in there and fight, and then go through the recovery period once the fight is over with. It's tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's tough, and it builds intestinal fortitude for real. Sometimes that fortitude is forced upon you in a situation like this, where you have to have recovery, you have to sit there and wait for the results, you have to go through some type of therapy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's very troublesome, right? So let's wish the best for Virgil Ortiz. I want to wish you the best in your recovery, no doubt about it. Good dude. I like Virgil Ortiz as a fighter. I do. I think he you know, he's very tough. He's no way, shape, or form a scared, you know, fighter who's at the top of the rankings, and he's pretty much shown to be fearful to take that next step. Now he's shown that he's tough, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna fight his way through this condition too, right? Rhabdomyolysis, man. We look for you to get the KO there, Virgil Ortiz, moving forward, and continue to get better, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's what it is. Shout out to Shelton on deck. King Mitch on deck. Salute. Jones on deck. True Media Today, USA Boxing on deck. What it do, coach? Correct. Twice he has had rhabdo. Absolutely. You are correct. Jones say, WCF salute, OG. Salute to you, Jones. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Yes, sir. Ready for AJ and Franklin. No doubt about it. I thought that was Virgil was dealing with, but I didn't want to speculate. This is the second time we've heard of this with him. Maybe chronic. Hope he get past this one for good. I mean, I hope he get past it too, but like I said, I can only speak within the scope of my knowledge, and my knowledge comes from just research. You know what I'm saying? The kind of understanding through video and audio. What exactly does it mean? Is, you know, can he get cured from this permanently? Is it going to continue to affect him? Do they have the medical team or the medical assistants to find out why it keeps occurring? Because like somebody said, yeah, like Mitch said, this is like the second time rhabdo has flared up, so to speak, on Virgil Ortiz. And we was looking forward for a fight. He was going in there against Stanthionis. We was looking forward to this fight. This is going to be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, man, it's been put on the shelf, so we don't know what's next. How long rhabdo is going to take Virgil Ortiz to recover. I don't know. I don't know the extent for how deep it is with him, how severe it is. I don't know. For real, I don't know. I'm reading like y'all. Peace at WCS. Don't forget to hit the like button. No doubt. Appreciate you, coach. I don't care. I'm blaming Oscar. I know it can be can't possibly be his fault, but giving him the blame anyways. I don't know. I don't know, Mitch. I don't know. I'm blaming anybody. I don't know where I would start to put the culpability on Oscar, being that I'm unsure as to how this rhabdo type of condition comes about. I don't know. I really can't tell you. I don't know. I have to do more research to kind of find out how exactly is it coming back and affecting Virgil Ortiz, and he was this close to a freaking fight. You know what I'm saying? Was he experiencing this throughout fight camp, and they just didn't say anything, and they tried to, tough it out all the way to the last minute? I don't know, because he had a fight coming up in April, a very tough fight. So I'm curious to know if the symptoms just came on heavy to the point where he was pretty much restricted or stricken with it, so to speak. I don't know, bro. Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. Salute, OG. How you feeling, man? What's good with it? Sheldon Moore, 2 times he had rhabdo either move up or retire. I don't know what moving up has to do with it. Like I said previously, well, what I looked up, you know what I'm saying? They say it's a serious medical condition that can be fatal or result in permanent disability. Rhabdo occurs when damaged muscle tissue releases its proteins and electrolytes into the blood. Now, let me find something else. We talked about the 4 causes, and this is per the search engine results from the inquiry that I submitted, right? Via Google, right? It says crush injury, overexertion, alcohol abuse, and certain medicine toxins abuse. Now, if I'm weighing on the side of you, Shelton, I'm just saying nothing kind of gives me the direction to go, and he should be moving up when any fight camp pretty much exemplifies exertion. When it comes to alcohol abuse and certain medicines, I don't know, man. Every fighter, they take an aspirin here too. Toxic substances. That's where Blair Flair might be indicating that toxic substance may be drug use. I'm not going to insinuate that, especially in these circumstances, but I can see where the words can cause somebody to inherit it assumptions, right? So I just have to stay close until I start, reading a little bit about it. I don't know if it has to do with anything as far as him, having a very serious weight cut at 147. I know there has been talk about Virgil Ortiz, having difficulties making weight, possibly at welterweight. He may need to move up to 154. I don't know if that has any type of relationship with the results of rhabdomyolysis. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I can't call it, but I will continue to do some research and do an update, a follow, you know what I'm saying, in the near future. But if by chance his body is not responding to cut weight at 147, it's nothing in these results that's telling me that it has something to do with weight cuts. You know what I'm saying? Because he's in the sport of boxing. So if you're talking about damage to your body, that's dang near every boxer. They have to spar during fight camp, and then on fight night they go in there and take even more damage. So there should be more boxers coming down with rhabdo. But as of recent, Virgil Ortiz has been the one that has experienced reoccurring symptoms of rhabdomyolysis. So we'll keep an eye on it. You know what I'm saying? Who should replace Virgil in this fight? Are they looking? I don't even know. They said the fight was canceled, so I don't know who's going to replace Virgil against Stantionis. But, it's hard for me to even put a name out there because I'm not close to any of those guys' camp. Very good question, but I'm not close to anyone's camp to see who could be in shape or who was the backup plan at 147. I don't know. I don't know. I know it's not going to be Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not going to be Terrence Crawford, so we can exclude that. You know what I'm saying? Then I don't really want to bleed over into the topic that I'm going to get into about that, situation with Keith Thurman potentially being the backup and all that. Let me keep pushing. Didn't Blair the Flair have to apologize the other day for accusing someone of being on pads or something? Blair can be impulsive with his statements. He can make, those reckless type of insinuations that people can call defamatory to someone's character, especially in the sport of boxing when you claiming somebody is on pads and, they have a brand just like you do. So I think you're right. I think he did have to apologize at one point in time for making these crazy comments about a fighter and saying when they was on pads or something like that. He did. Matter of fact, if anybody know exactly what that is, he did. He had to apologize, and the comments was, oh my God. Come on now. Come on, man. They were critical, like I don't know what. They was very, very critical comments. Blair better shut his trap. Haven't they already given him a stern warning about alluding to Virgil being involved with enhancers? Who was he warned about? They had to issue a polish. Okay, let me do a little quick one right quick. Hold up for a second. Cause he was on one. Yeah. Earlier this year, January 30th. It was Virgil. That's what I thought. I was like, it crossed my mind. I said, no, that couldn't be. Yeah, it was Virgil. He was saying that Virgil was on steroids, and it was earlier this year. They forced him to apologize. Yeah, it was Virgil. Andrew Charles on that. What's good with it, bro? What's up? It's all Oscar's fault. Dang, people don't like Oscar. Interestingly, steroids are used to treat rhabdo. If conventional cures don't work, I'm not implying anything. I just Googled it. I'm learning there. Well, I don't see anything on my results. I'm not saying you're wrong, but let's exclude the fact that Blair the Flair even made the comments. I haven't seen any information out here yet from where I'm looking at. Once again, I'm not saying you are wrong. I just haven't seen information out here that is pushing the result of steroids being an effect, being an influencer to rhabdomyolysis. Let me try to go through here. How fast? How bad? Okay, let's go to this one right here. What drug? Okay. Of course, they're talking about narcotics, cyclic antidepressants. Let me see. Anything about performance enhancing drugs? No, I didn't see anything. You know what I'm saying? Does it happen suddenly? It can take 3 days to set in. You might expect to know shortly after or even during a workout that something isn't wrong. Something is wrong, but rhabdo usually peaks at 24 to 72 hours after workout or injury. So, workout or injury, man. Like I said, we'll definitely have to educate ourselves moving forward on this. And let's see how long Virgil Ortiz is out of action. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Andrew for dropping that input. Don Vaughn on deck. Salute WCS in the chat. I had a friend who brother urinated black. Come to find out he was releasing muscle tissue. Wow. Dang. Blair did retract his accusation recently. Yeah, man, Blair, I like his energy in person. He'll give you the interview that you want. He is somewhat like a vocal promotional vehicle. He is, but he's going to find himself Blair's going to find himself inside a courtroom facing a civil suit if he keeps up just being impulsive like that. You know what I'm saying? I understand that he's trying to draw in Virgil Ortiz and he wants that fight. I get it. But you have to have some type of tact. You have to have some type of tact. You can talk your trash and still have tact. When you accusing a boxer of violating, the substance abuse policies within the sport, you setting yourself up to be in front of a judge, and the money that you're looking to make on these future fights, when you get a chance, you're going to be paying somebody's lawsuit, bro. Call it whatever you want. Call it whatever you want, but you need to understand how to be civilized when it's required. Not necessarily a replacement, but more like who will Stanthionis be fighting next. I'm sure the show is canceled. It was in Texas for Virgil to be the headliner. Hey, man, I wish him a speedy recovery. It was Virgil. They threatened legal action on Blair. He apologized quickly. Yeah, I can't say anything except Blair. He's very talkative at times. And you can talk your trash, of course, in boxing, but when it's the information that you're trying to put out to the people. Like, you putting out information to break someone's down, to cause other people to be influenced off negative information that you're putting out to the public. That can be a problem. That can be extreme problem. When you're accusing somebody of violating the substance abuse or the policies internal to boxing by being on pads. So you may think that you just trash talking, but if it causes VADA to go over there and potentially scrutinize Virgil Ortiz and start paying closer attention, then you're going to find yourself in court. You know what I'm saying? So Blair, he knows what it is. He just should be smarter and be more tactful, or whatever the case may be, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not the first time. I'm gonna move on to the next topic. Of course, this weekend, Top Rank Promotion is having a fight card over there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You have two-time Olympian gold standard champion Robeisey Ramirez, who has a very similar story like B-Hop. We're talking about outside the amateur grid. As far as success on the amateur grid, we're talking about someone who's coming over here, who has a lot of hype behind him, and he's pretty much made a huge stamp on his name recently, especially when he had the knockout of Abraham Supernova. Now, if you look on his resume, Robeisey Romero came in here with, the same amateur pedigree as Vasil Lomachenko, but he lost his first fight. Vasil Lomachenko lost his second professional fight against Orlando Salido, but they didn't really pay. They didn't really nail down the attention with Lomachenko like they did Robeisey, because when he lost to a 4-2-2 fighter, you know what I'm saying, in a 4-round split decision loss, they kind of thought he was just overhyped. You know what I'm saying? This was at the featherweight division. They just thought he was overhyped. But, Lomachenko came in here and fought Orlando Salido. They kind of looked at it like, well, he lost that fight because Salido was fighting dirty and the ref didn't do what they supposed to. He was, it was low blows, a dirty Mexican fighter and all this. Totally two different. Yeah, the equity is leveled on the Olympic stage, but Robeisey came in here and lost his first fight. And no, people rolled him off. They say he's not the goods. As in Lomachenko, they allow him to get another chance and hurry up and put him back into that championship seat to win in his third professional fight. And that's not his third professional fight as far as him being a professional, turning professional. That's his third recorded professional fight. But anyway, Robeisey has made leaps and bounds, man. Shout out to his strength and conditioning coach, Larry Wade. I mean, this guy has improved leaps and bounds, man. And people love Robeisey. You know what I'm saying? They love El Tren. So right now, his record is sitting at 11 wins and 1 loss, of course, 7 knockouts. He is not a one-quitter hitter, but he is entertaining to watch. And, you know, having the opportunity to be there when he fought Abraham Nova, man, it was crazy on how they was trading hard shots. And you can see Nova steadily, just slowly but surely breaking down in the exchanges, the hard exchanges that they was having. And Robeisey just had this smirk on his face, like it was a lion to prey, like he was hunting Abraham Nova, and he just showed that, you know, I'm more superior than you on this night. You know, you look the part, you look stronger than me, but internally I'm stronger. I have more fire, I have more will than you. And when he knocked him out, he just walked up on him and looked at him. I say, damn, that's cold. You know what I'm saying? That's cold right there. And then I remember Manuel Navarrete, right? The first time he fought Isaac Dogbay. I was like, the range, the height, the length, all of that is all wrong. The awkwardness of Navarrete. I said, man, Dogbay is going to be in trouble, man. But I'm curious to know if he can fight himself through the disadvantages. And he didn't. He got stopped. So, you know, his team thought, whoever was checking the boxes said, yeah, we should send him back in this amount of time. I was like, dude, I'm saying, you know, I'm looking at this. I say, dang, they're gonna bring back Isaac after that tough fight he had. They're gonna bring him back. What? He fought. Look, check this out. He fought Emmanuel Navarrete December 2018, right, for the WBO Super Bantamweight Championship. He lost the UD, but he took crazy punishment. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about December 2018. They came back in May of 2019. Now you're talking about going through the recovery period of that damage in December, through the holidays, and then getting back in training camp, which is ample amount of time. That's not where I'm jealous in the fact that, you know, he has ample time to recover and get back in camp. But I just thought he didn't have enough time to recover from the damage he took. I just thought he took a lot of punishment. So they bring him back in there. And I'm saying, no, he ain't ready. You know, Navarrete is just too much for this dude right now. But Team Dogbay didn't want no tune-up fight. They wanted immediate rematch, bro. And they got it. And when I seen Dogbay go down in the 6th early, and then he was just fighting off heart. You're gonna see this weekend, Dogbay has heart if Navarrete didn't beat it out of him. Like, that was a tough ass fight, and he's been on a 4-fight win streak thus far. But he received like 1 KO win after that fight, and the rest has been decisions, right? But in that Navarrete 2-fight deal, that rematch, the first and the second, he took a lot of punishment. I don't know if Dogbay has been the same since then. I don't know. Seriously, I don't know. You know, he only has two losses, but it doesn't take a lot of fights for a fighter to change, for his whole internal anatomy, his neurological structure to change, man. Navarrete beat this dude up. He beat him up. I'm not gonna lie, he beat him up. Shout out to my guy Trick. No T on deck, man. What is good with you, Trick? Salute, brother. Jones said, hell yeah, Blair flirting with a defamation of character suit. Yes, sir. If he got some mercy, you know, a mercy fund over there for legality reasons, go ahead. Continue to run your mouth. Because that's where you're going to find yourself. You're going to find yourself in court, and you're going to have to take that money or go in debt with somebody to pay a defamation lawsuit, and it ain't gonna be pretty. Trick say, WCS, what's good? Just pulled up using peanut or canola oil for this shot. Hot grease cookout, no doubt, man. We haven't even got to the good part yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about the intro topics, and then we're gonna get on the hot grease. Andrew said, I heard Dog Bay only sparred with his pops, preparing for Navarrete fights or something like that. Listen, Andrew. I don't know what's up with these fighters from different countries sometimes who believe that the way they're going to change tradition, the way they're going to change tradition is to mentally put themselves in a space where they think they're actually the game changer. Just like Anthony Yard used to not having sparring. Dog Bay, like you said, if it's true, for him to spar with individuals that's not trying to hurt him, you know, with his pops or whoever, right? It's crazy for them to believe that that's going to be enough work, especially if you sparring with a relative. You can get trained and worked out physical, your strength and condition and stuff like that from a relative. They're getting you stronger. They're helping you cut weight and all this other stuff. But when it comes to sharpening your blade, I don't find that family would be the right link, doing fight camp to get you sharper. You have to have individuals in there that doesn't have any skin in the game except to give you good work. They shouldn't have a vested interest because they are related to you. You know what I'm saying? So if Dog Bay them had that type of mentality where they want to cut the cost. They want to keep it in the family. I don't know. And to be honest with you, Andrew, I don't know, bro. But if that is indeed true, then it's crazy. It's crazy that they wouldn't expect the results that they got. Now, one thing I can say about Dog Bay, right? The man showed tremendous, oh my God, survival instinct. He showed tremendous heart, man. He was getting lit up. He showed tremendous heart. And once again, we're talking about, should his corner have stopped the fight? You know what I'm saying? If you look at the rematch and you look at the first fight, how he was getting lit up. And then you look at the rematch, knowing how much damage he had took the first fight to go into the second. His corner should have threw in the towel earlier than the 12th round. Period. They should have threw in the towel. Period. It's another family who allowed their fighter who happened to be, a son, to take too much damage, in my opinion. The Bowser fight. They didn't want to throw in the towel, man. They had this Puerto Rican, bravado, machismo type of deal. They had this freaking do or die, go out on your shield type of mentality when, Bowser was about to be in a wheelchair. And people was like, man, you need to throw in the towel. They need to throw in the towel. They need to throw in the towel. Why don't they throw in the towel? This guy's going to get seriously hurt. Bowser was getting beat up by a boxer who's not known for his power. But that night, Richardson Hitchens was very accurate, extremely surgical, and he inflicted a lot of damage on Bowser, which they should have thrown in the towel. Dog Bay's corner did him a disservice by letting that fight go to the 12th round like it did. They should have threw in the towel earlier, man. He was done. He was done. Let's see how it works out for him this weekend. If y'all didn't check out the pressers, hey, the pressers was outstanding. You know what I'm saying? We seen Jahad Tucker come out there in the robe, switching it up a little bit. He looked full. You know what I'm saying? He didn't look like he had how you put it? He didn't display the weight cut this time around. He looks full. He looks like he was enjoying himself. The weigh-ins tomorrow, of course, but he wore the black robe, the Don Juan, you know what I'm saying, of the presser. His opponent, that dude looks big, man. You know how you get a person that's usually of a larger stature, but they lose a lot of weight. You know, they have that big head. You know, his opponent, you can tell he's a heavier fighter. And he's cutting down to 154 is just amazing to me. Like, for him to drop all that weight, you could tell he's the bigger fighter right now. But for Jahai, I can see the difference for him cutting weight to 47 to him cutting weight at 54. You can tell, you can see it in his face. You can hear it in his voice, you know, how he's talking and all that. Shout out to my guy, Shaw News and Sauce Experience, aka Showtime Shaw on deck. Man, what's good with it? Showtime is on site, man. He's on the front lines. You know what I'm saying? He's over there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He is once again, you know, on deck with his fighter, you know, Jahai Tucker. And you know, if you didn't check or you don't know any other media segue that's out there covering the fight, that's dropping media, check out his IG. He got some very solid media marketing agent material that he's putting out on IG. Some great stills, interviews, all that. So go check it out on his IG, man. You know, show some love, show some support to the frontliners, man. The frontliners, man. Ramirez L. Trend said he becoming a world champion Saturday. Yes, sir. That's what they've been waiting on. You know, he's been waiting for this moment. You know, his strength and conditioning coach, man, 9-time, you know, trainer with the championship status, certified Larry Wade, you know, best in the game. Good dude, man. One thing you can know, if Larry Wade on there, he's going to have you the way you're supposed to conditioning wise. I'm surprised that Anthony Joshua didn't try to go somewhere where he can link up with Larry Wade to try to get himself in better shape. But once again, as I always tell people, man, I just don't zoom in on people maliciously when it comes to boxers, when I pinpoint certain things. And I said this about Anthony Joshua, that he has his habits. I think Joshua is like some other heavyweights too. They don't feel they really have to drive home the cardio, right? But recently he put in an article and said that what? He still like to lift weights. Okay. And we'll continue to see you fizzle when the tank runs low in the 9th round, 8th or 9th round, and continue to see you lose these fights that you should be winning, all because you want to be Mr. Barbell, Mr. Dang Universe. You know what I'm saying? He want to be Mr. UK Extraordinaire, Mr. Fitness Global. Come on, bro. Navarrete strikes me as one of these fighters who can go out and have some drinks after the weigh-in and still be able to bang out 12 rounds on Saturday, no problem. I like Navarrete, man. You know what I'm saying? I like Navarrete as a fighter and how awkward he is. But his last fight, ooh-wee. You know what it was. His last fight, boy. Whew. That was crazy, wasn't it? That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? He was tested. Liam just couldn't close him out. He was tested. You know what I'm saying? Navarrete, if you look at his first loss, he hasn't lost since 2012. You know what I'm saying? He only has one loss. He hasn't lost since 2012. So this is a guy who had a lot of fights in Mexico. And, you know, he's starting to venture over here into the U.S. in his last like about 7 times he's been over to the U.S. But anyway, it's not about Navarrete. But yeah, I had to bring him up with Isaac Dogbay because he put a beating on Dogbay. Now El Tran is the one that is going to go in there and put on a show. And I think this main event for show is going to be hot, man. It's going to be entertaining. Big bunch and boxing on deck. Salute to you, bro. How you feeling? The GOAT in the building. Showtime Sizzle. Yes, sir, man. Go check out his content, man. You know, one of the only media Segways is out there in Tulsa supporting a very solid fight card. You have Abdullah Mason on that card. You have Delonte Johnson, aka Tiger Johnson. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to have Xander Zayas, but he was injured. You got Zoet Gonzalez taking his place in the co-main event feature against Enrique. I forgot his name, but yeah. You know, Jihad's going to have his 10th professional fight, man. Not just his fight, but you know, he's undefeated 9-0. So he's going in there making his debut at super welterweight. It's a big deal. He's going in there with the dude who used to fight at light heavyweight. Come on, bro. Don't let me start dropping the grease on fighters out here with the amount of experience that he has that's not making excuses for fighting a fighter that used to fight at light heavyweight. But we got people complaining about fighters coming up in weight class and whining, bitching, and complaining. Oh man, this is just the little boys need to do this. I mean, come on, man. We got people up here talking about, man, the Mexican monster he shouldn't be at 168. He should be at 175. He's a weight bully. And then all of a sudden you have no other choice but to call out the Mexican. I got it. No doubt. Y'all hold on for a second. Let me see. So let's get to the grease, man. Because it's been boiling, popping up. You know what I'm saying? So, as we already know, man, when it comes to everyday media distribution or dissemination, you hear some of the same topics all the time. And once again, I always speak about the contamination that's out here on social media with Crawford-Spence. Now we've had channels, so to speak, and certain individuals that choose to stay the course. Look, I'm not mad at whoever chooses to stay the course on this, but I'm just speaking in general about this particular folklore. This is becoming a folklore. You know what I'm saying? So Blunt sent me this earlier, right? And you know, I have no problem in shouting them out, even though it had been out here. I had seen it a bit, but I appreciate Blunts for sending me, you know, content behind the scenes and stuff like that. So, you know, shout out to Big Blunts for dropping this in the inbox. It says Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford contract talks have reportedly now restarted. All right. With both sides, hopefully, that's the fight can be finalized. However, it's claimed Spence versus Keith Thurman is tentatively scheduled for June 17 as backup. Now, if anybody can put in the comment section, right? When was this tweet? So let me when was this tweet? So we're about to find out when was this tweet, because I'm going to take you to a point. I'm always going to take you to a point. This is Michael Benson, right? So Michael Benson sent this tweet. Let me see. He sent this tweet about 4 hours ago. All right. That means it was sent out today. So he sent this tweet out and he was referencing the Dallas News. All right. The Dallas News. Okay. This is where I'm going with this. So therefore, he sent it out today talking about contract talks have reportedly now restarted. Now, you know, WCS always get a bit on the barometer of frustration, just a little bit more agitated with this particular topic, because everybody wants to believe what they believe. They want to put out the information how they want to put it out. It's all good. But I always speak on how they puppetized YouTube. They continue to puppetize YouTube and allow to put information out there. I'm just curious, looking at this tweet, right? And this is why I responded to this tweet the way I did, because you just had a tweet that come out from Michael Benson referencing the Dallas News about them restarting. But Terrence put this out about we at the end. I don't know what we at the end is. Like I said before, if they're restarting, it's other tweets that are out here that's making it seem like there's contradiction going on here. Steven Espinosa said they never stopped communicating with one another. They never stopped talking. They never stopped. So this was an ongoing thing. This was a communication of transparency where, even though it was becoming to be a light topic in the media, you know what I'm saying? It was digressing behind the scenes. They were still communicating as if they was negotiating, right? But then when I see tweets come out like this, like Terrence Crawford said, we at the end, and then, you know, people have been saying they never stop talking. Espinosa's putting it out there. They never stop talking. Why should we see a tweet come up and talk about restarted? Why should we read stuff like this? What are you talking about restarted? I thought they never stopped talking. I thought they was at the end. So what are we restarting? If they already at the end, what are we restarting, bro? That's why I tell you all, man, like, please correct your posture. Don't lean in too heavy to these topics on YTC. You're going to hurt your back. You're going to start getting tightness in the neck area. You know what I'm saying? Your eyeballs are going to start to become irritated. And you're going to start biting your lip for no reason, to the point where you're going to be sucking blood because you ain't frustrated. You mad. Which one is it? They never stop negotiating, or what is going on now? This stuff is sounding good, but what is going on with this? Did they never stop negotiating? I mean, which one is it? We are grown freaking adults that's out here and understand what's going on out here with this news and everything else with this topic. We've been talking about this for years upon years upon years. But when somebody put this out, that is the end. We at the end. What does we at the end mean? And then we've had situations where, you know, people just want to assume certain things. This is more so my speed right here. When Crawford was pretty much putting it out there, the facts. You know what I'm saying? When Terrence put it out there, I'm ready when you want to spin the block, just giving you heads up. This is more my speed because it gets straight to the point. That ain't nothing popping. So when Espinosa come out and say they never really stopped talking, they've been in negotiation and all this other stuff, why would Crawford send this out? I'm ready when you want to spin the block. That means there was no communication between them two. And this was last December. We're just at the back end of March, y'all. This type of damn language that's been put out by Espinosa has been going on for a month, easy. Minimal, a month. But when he said they never stopped talking, why would we all of a sudden revert back to restarting anything? You can't tell me we're restarting something that never stopped. We're restarting something that never stopped, right? Just you trying to tell me we're restarting talks between these two fighters that never stopped, supposedly. I want to hear, how do we unpack this? Why do we continue to revisit this topic from different angles when it never even left? The shit is still anchored down and no one knows what is going on with this topic. It's still right there in the center and it ain't went nowhere. But people keep on freaking trying to relocate it as if it's moving, if it's making progress. No, it's right here. It's stationary. It's nothing to tell us out here as content creators that this topic has progressed forward. Nothing out here is telling me that. I'm doing the same thing you all doing. I'm observing, I'm reading, and assessing. That's what I'm doing. I'm not speaking an ancient language, nor do I perceive the information that's put out on YTC about Crawford-Spence is somewhat foreign to me. But as I read this, I'm reading other people's topics, and it just seems like desperately they're seeking some type of reprieve. Please help me. Please help me. That's what they're saying. Please, please, please help me. Help me be the one that stay the course and be right about this topic. Y'all hear me out. If Espinosa said that it never stopped, how do you restart something that has never stopped? How could you possibly get on here and continue to listen and put out lives on what Espinosa was putting out, what he was saying about this situation, and then you have Michael Benson to come out and speak on it as if, hey, it's just the way it's always been. Nothing was going on with this. And if they are, continue to speak for a fight that may happen supposedly in June? Kudos to them. Kudos if Crawford and Spence is talking behind the scene. But not too long ago, they said they never stopped. The word was they never stopped. So who's the liar? We have to start finger pointing and calling for what it is. If Espinosa is going to be the one that's out here speaking to the media, and he has a voice that people pay attention to, I need explanations, man. Like, why come up here and play these games with us? Then one important factor that Espinosa made a point to the public is that some of what goes on as far as translation between Al Heyman and Tom Brown, he's not a part of. He's totally absent from that conversation, right? So talking about that and knowing very well that he's absent, him speaking to us and letting us know is pretty much saying, don't hold me to everything. You know what I'm saying? Don't hold me in knowing everything, even though I'm the president of Showtime. Don't hold me to it, because I'm not there for every conversation that Al Heyman is having. I want you all to know that I'm not there. So if something that I say is different than what you hear somebody else is saying that Al Heyman, Tom Brown's talking about, then know this, that I'm not a part of every conversation that they speak on. I respected that. But when you come back and put out to the general public about a topic as heavy as this, you're once again playing with this, because I don't see how you can restart anything that never stopped. Maybe I can find it in the chat. I'm going to try to locate this in the chat. I'm going to treat it like it's Easter. I know there's a golden egg out there. I know, God damn it. Somebody explain to me, how can you restart something that never stopped? How can you restart it? I'm reading some of these comments. No, nobody should believe them. They doing it to give fans confidence to buy PBC pay-per-views. Okay. That came from Martin King Boxing. Salute to you in the building. Okay, I can respect that. So you're pretty much aligning with what I'm saying about puppetizing the fan base, the consumers, because pretty much what you're saying is, in more of a simpler term, a more healthier term than puppetizing, you said giving the fan confidence. When you say giving the fan confidence, it's still influence. Whether is there a level of deception in giving fans confidence, I'm not going to put it on a 1 through 10 grading scale, but it still deals with what? Puppetizing the consumers. Because you're trying to give us confidence to buy PBC pay-per-views. I'm just going off what you said. And you're basically saying, I'm going to throw you a bone. I don't know how much meat's going to be on that bone, but at least I can get you to have an acquired taste and get used to, picking up these bones like puppies do. You know what I'm saying? To get them used to the flavor of these bones. So if you're trying to get confidence from the fans by deceptive media, that goes along with puppetizing us, because you stringing us along. You're giving us information to encourage us to tune in and be attracted to PBC pay-per-views, when actually the fight that we want to see, we don't need any of that. We don't need any freaking magic. We don't need any hocus pocus. We don't need any freaking misleading information. We already know what it is. We don't need any of that. But it happens. It's going to continue to happen, because we do have big fights coming up that's affiliated with Showtime. And I guess they want to continue to keep people on edge to say, we're going to make this fight. We're going to make this fight. My point is, you better make the fight. You better make the fight. Because if you go all this time, week after week after week, putting out information, lie after lie, and some of y'all continue to believe all these lies, and we get Errol Spence and Keith Thurman at the end, don't complain about anything, because you allowed it to happen. You treated it if it didn't mean nothing to you. You continue to allow yourself to be abused, like I talk about. You enjoy being a part of the dysfunctional relationship on YouTube. You're fine with it. So if we get Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, and somehow Crawford announces a different opponent than Errol Spence prior to May, don't be mad. Don't be mad, because y'all sitting out here putting information to my, you know what, there's going to be an announcement soon. It's going to be an announcement soon, shouty. Let's launch them rockets. Let's send the flares up. Let's get ready to absorb this punishment. All right? Let's get ready to absorb this punishment, man. I love them sweet overhand left and rights that they be giving us on top of the head. I think the gloves are loaded, though, because them things hurt. And I the swelling him went down at all. I wonder if they beat me up while I'm sleeping. How can I get this much punishment? How can I wake up with a headache after going on live late, getting off, laying it down, and waking up with a headache? That's because you're dreaming about this fight. Y'all dreaming about Spence Crawford. You're dreaming to wake up and hear the news. Oh, official announcement today at 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, we finally get the announcement we want. Oh my God, y'all dreaming, bro. Ain't no restart this cap, man. It ain't no restart to something that's ongoing, right? Let's not play the incompetent game here. We know what ongoing mean, vice restart. Restart would be based off something that has previously been halted. Let's not play these games, bro. Why are y'all selling in? Not y'all per se in the chat. I'm just saying, generally speaking, for whoever it pertains to, why y'all continue to do this, man? Why, man? You should keep yourself intellectually honest. Real talk. Regardless of who you support, you should have a part of you that keeps yourself intellectually honest, to not sit up here and grab hold of this same contaminated information about Crawford-Spence and let them bring it to you. Let them bring it to you. Let it bring it to us. Let them announce it. Stop acting like you need every view and every subscriber. It's not going to happen, bro. Let them bring it to us. Let us bring it to us, because this is going to send a lot of y'all into promiscuity. Real talk. A lot of you all are going to disappear. Like I mentioned about the plane ride. Come on, man. I'm serious. A lot of y'all need to go on that plane ride for real. They did it with Ugas versus Spence. I fell for that WCS for the call out that Spence did, bro. Yeah, man. You know, hey, man, I'm just trying to be a healthy mediator with this. I'm just saying we've heard enough. We played tennis, back and forth, back and forth, and it just seems like we're in one of the longest matches ever for months upon months, and it's still at love. Ain't nobody scoring nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's impossible. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible to have a rally that long, but I'm saying it's almost like having a rally that long. It's just like we keep on playing this topic back and forth. Just let them bring it to us. Keep yourself intellectually honest, man. Hold yourself accountable. You know, every now and then I do get on here and insert my sarcasm or storytelling or whatever you may call it. But deep down inside, when it comes to serious topics, especially like this, I'm reading the restart process and I'm saying, no, just several weeks prior, they said that they never stopped talking. Like Stephen Espinosa said, they never stopped talking. They continue to be in negotiations. So you have people that's standing strong, both souls to the ground, y'all. They're standing strong, both souls to the ground. And they're believing both of these fighters are going to have a date coming up soon. We're about to head into the weekend, this weekend. And just to think, last week, you had people talking about that was going to be an announcement about this fight this week. If you notice the dysfunctionality, the same thing happened in 2022 when they was giving these bogus dates, January 4th, September 4th. You know what I'm saying? They said it was going to be announced in October. Then you had Espinosa in October saying the fight date for November is not dead yet. So they was running, scurrying. They just running, sprint. Maybe I can catch up to the truth. I can catch up to the truth. No, you're not going to catch up to the truth, because it's not even on the track. The truth is nowhere on the track. You're not going to be able to grab the baton or nothing, bro. The finish line to the truth don't exist right now on this topic. That's all I'm saying, man. Understood what Coach Malachi stated when he visited Crawford Gym. Ain't no negotiations as far as I comprehend. Speaking about that, right? Keeping yourself honest, right? Now, look. Speaking about Dysfunctionality when it comes to the abuse that is witnessed with people just being deceived. This happened in real life. This is real life stuff going on here. Like, no matter what you say, outside of the clickbait and the fake topics and all that of some of these channels, it's real life. YouTube is real life. We spend time on YouTube. This is life that we can't get back. But if you have a channel that has visited the nesting egg of Omaha, Nebraska, and have not returned to the YTC and expressed that, hey, I'm feeling better about this prior to me leaving. I'm feeling better after visiting Omaha. I'm feeling better about this shit now. I'm feeling better about this. You know why? Because I spoke to him to his face. You know the information that he told me? He gave me the impression that this is absolutely happening. I never heard that from Coach. I just haven't heard it. I will be honest with you. I will let you all know if I heard this. I just haven't heard it. Even if I close my eyes in meditation, I still can't force my imagination to give me a false sense of what I know didn't happen as if it did happen. My mind was telling me, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. You understand? Stop playing with me. Stop fabricating, trying to come up with. Stop. That's not how you get down. Okay. All right, cool. I'm just saying, how close to someone has to be. If Coach can go out there to Omaha and speak to somebody, and he didn't give him the 411, confirmed, sealed, and delivered to bring it back, 3:00. I got some breaking news for you, y'all. You know, it's fight week. He went out there. The house was packed and everything. You know, he went out there and got the knockout and everything. But I want to talk to you about the media. I want to talk to you about, me talking to Crawford. What Crawford told me was this, this, and this. I feel good about saying that the fight, I never heard it. It was quite the opposite. Crawford didn't give him any indication that the fight was going down at that moment. Now, I don't know if anything has changed. You know what I'm saying? I know there may be some communication, but I haven't received a check mark or gotten a text that say, hey, man, the fight is happening. I hear back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And I hear back and forth. This stuff swing back and forth all the time. People say, oh, man, the fight's going to happen. Then there's people say, oh, the fight's not going to happen. I'm standing right here in the middle, and I'm looking forward, and I'm saying, well, I'm not really looking for anything. I'm just waiting on the individuals that usually break the news or the information, because people don't break stuff on YouTube. First of all, whoever receives information, they pulled it from a different source. So first of all, we're looking for the individuals that usually break the news, and then it filters in to the YTC septic tank. Once it reached the septic tank, that's when everybody else put their spin on it. I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it, man. I haven't heard that. Jokers got belts and fighting without belts. This crap crazy. Well, Marlon King, take a look at it now. Now frame this. Per Michael Benson now. However, it's claimed Spence versus Keith Thurman is scheduled for June 17th as what? Backup. Over. Backup. I know what you're talking about. The initial information that came out, you know what I'm saying? Tighten up the knots on the string. They puppetize and say, hey, Spence is having a fight at 154, no title shot. He's going to fight. You know, everybody's like, oh, man, he can't make 147. No, man, he can't do anything, man. It's just been so much on his body, so wear and tear, so much. Okay. Everybody was upset and angry a little bit. Tell me, man, what you expect him to do, man? He can't make the weight. Crawford got up and walked away. You know, Errol Spence was on here crying, talking about he was blindsided. Yeah, he said he was blindsided. He ain't recovered from being blindsided. So now Errol Spence has to go through an emotional recovery period because he felt he was blindsided, so he picked up weight. Not to mention last year, when the negotiations absolutely fell through the floor, he came out and said he's been in welterweight division for quite some time and presented it to us that he was having difficulties making the weight. Then they bring out a 154-pound fight with him and Keith Thurman, and it's for no titles, y'all. It's absolutely for no championship. It's pointless for us to look at this with importance and say, man, this is the fight we want to see. Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, no title shot, 154. Now, all of a sudden, it's a backup. This is considered a backup, y'all. I stopped dreaming a minute ago. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I gave up on the last year's fans just too much back and forth. Blunt say, don't start. Yes, I gotta start, man. Hey, you know we good. This ain't nothing directed to you, but I gotta start. I never cut the engine off. Just like Espinosa say, they never stop talking. I never cut the engine off. It's running the same. You know what I'm saying? It's driving in the same lane. It's not swerving all over the dang roadway trying to figure out what exit I should get off to go up there to the secret spot where they having this huge rally for the announcement. It's no way. I never had that on my GPS, bro. For those of you that's strong-minded, like Blunts, who feel that this, okay, if you are indeed right at the end of the day, I have no issues within myself to say, you know what, Blunts, you stood strong, and I respect you for that. You stood strong on this topic. The fight is happening. You said it was going to happen. Cool. But at this point in time, bro, I would be doing a disservice to myself if I didn't hold myself intellectually accountable just for the simple stuff of knowing what a lie is and what it isn't. It's been so many lies that's going on, man. It's been so much dang information that's untrue about this fight. And then to read this that doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't add up, bro. It doesn't add up at all, man. It doesn't add up at all. Shout out to Boxing Gods and the Goddess, but we've been here before. It's too much. YouTube and Carpenter capping for real and Espinosa. Highly unlikely Bud and Spence fighting 2 months from now. No, Andrew. Come on, Andrew. Andrew, don't do it, bro. Do you know what you trying to do? You're trying to make another incision to bleed this topic out. Don't do it, bro. Because you have all those individuals that's on top. They're dumping gallons of that new blood in there. It might be some freaking cranberry juice or whatever, but they're trying to keep this topic replenished. Why? Is holes in it. It's leaking bad. It's leaking. And they steadily trying to refill it and keep it on dialysis, bro. It's trying to keep it, they're trying to keep it on life support. Seriously, man, they're trying to massage this as much as possible. They're trying to repair all the slits and the holes and the damage from all the lies. That's what they're doing, bro. Don't ruin it for them. Don't ruin it for them, Andrew. Don't sit up. Don't make them more angry and disappointed than what they already are. Some of these people are thinking about this fight every single day. They sleep and wake up. Sleep and wake up. They may not do a live on it every day, but I can guarantee you they in the private chats, they on the phones, they talking about this dang fight. But that's all I want. That's all I want to know, bro. Don't be mad at WCS for asking questions. That's all. I'm not controlling the narrative. Highly unlikely, highly unlikely. You know what I'm saying? Highly unlikely. Wow. Highly unlikely. You know what I'm saying? Let me post that. Let me put that up there. He says, highly unlikely Bud and Spence fight in 2 months. Now, we're about to be on the doorstep of April, right? But one thing I did hear, though, they say the fight's supposed to happen May, June. Now. We just witnessed Tank Davis and Garcia, 45 days out now. 45 days out. They had a presser. They had 2 pressers. They had the first presser 45 days out. So let's keep in positivity going into April and May. All right. That is more than 45 days. So there may be ample time on the ticker to get this information, breaking news. You know what I'm saying? The final announcement, like everybody's putting out. Hey, this week, right here, right now, this fight is going to be announced. It's still time, y'all. It's still time. Are you happy that I even, put that out there? Like, there's still time. I'm going off the pay scale of what was put out here about Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, 45 days out, what they was able to do, and then got them back, allowed them to get back in the training camp. So I don't feel in its totality that it's no time for this fight to be announced. Okay, I don't think it's happening. But in its totality, I feel it's still ample time for them to make it official and come out with the information that the fight is happening. Now, I would definitely like for somebody to give us the shock value of this fight. Like, I don't foresee Steven Espinosa being the one to announce the fight that is happening. I'm just saying, allow us, with all the days that we've been invested in this topic, allow it to give us the shock value that we want for it to be believable. Because nobody on YouTube is getting that information first, y'all. This is not a pigeon feeding festivity. Y'all need to stop acting like pigeons, man. You're better than that. Just allow it to present itself. Stop acting like pigeons. Every breadcrumb that they toss out here, you consider to be somewhat of nutritional value, and you go out here and talk about, hey, man, they never stop negotiating, man. They never stop negotiating. They on point. They on point with it. No, bro, I don't believe that. What's going on? Salute. Gertz, what's good? Blunt say, this fight is happening next, y'all. You must believe. If we must believe, we must be driven. We must be fueled off something of substance. You know what I'm saying? We don't have any vehicles right here that's running off air. Long as you have your car and you're driving outside on the roadway, it has air intakes that allow it to drive infinity. We can't do that. We can't just go off air and the opportunity to have a platform and a voice to speak on a topic that we don't have nothing else to go off of. We don't know what's going on, man. This Crawford-Spence have been very stressful to a lot of people. It's a stressful topic. The disappointment, man, is unlimited. You can't even add up the hours that people has invested into Crawford-Spence not going on. I mean, Crawford-Spence being a reality when it's been an absolute disaster. I'm talking. It's fact there, Blunts. It's been a disaster, bro. You know it yourself, man. You know it yourself, Blunts. You know it, man. You're just trying to treat it like it's a campaign. Like this is politics. That's all. You're just trying to treat it like, oh, man, Republicans and Democrats lie all the time, man. Don't worry about it, bro. Just like we lied to during the campaign and all that, man, you'll get over it. You'll get over it. Just stay positive. Just stay positive, man. No, man, we can't do it. We can't do it. It's been over 4 years. It's been over 4 years, man. You know what I'm saying? And the rest think they know the stuff. I'll just leave it at that. Hey, man, I listen to certain people. Some, I really archive their information and revisit it from time to time, and others I just bypass it. It's not even worth it. Maybe in the old days, a fight could be agreed on and camps completed and everybody ready to go in 2 months. Not today, though. Fighters today need at least an 8-month notice. So I look at it like this, Andrew. 8 months is very possible that they already been in camp. Okay, so we know Crawford is supposed to have some type of fight by May. We know Spence was supposed to have his next fight coming up against Keith Thurman, but that somehow have evaporated. Now, we getting this bubble once again. Somebody's playing with these people emotions, that inside the bubble, you see the names of Crawford-Spence once again, but we don't have anything to go off of. If by chance they're working on this fight behind the scenes, they've been in fight camp already, because from what we know is that from Errol Spence's side, he was in there with Anthony Joshua getting ready for Jermaine Franklin. And supposedly he was getting beat on by Joshua. Hey, I hope that's the case, dog. I hope Joshua really had an awesome time putting those hands on Spence. But neither here nor there. I want to keep it very healthy. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not on board with this play stuff. Like, I'm just not on board with it. I think 8 weeks, April, May. I heard it's supposed to be going down in June. So if that is indeed the case, 8 weeks is ample on the timepiece. 8 weeks is ample on the timepiece from now until June. They're square. They're good. I'm not even sweating it. 8 weeks is right where it should be. Real talk. We good on that. The other concern is, the biggest one of them all is the fight being announced sometime soon, and the venue that is going to be at, and the fight date, so people can actually prepare themselves for the expensive tickets, right? But peep this out, though. Peep this out, y'all. Let me put this out there again. This is what I think. I think, once again, and people don't have to give me credit. It's all good. I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? I think Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, when it comes to Golden Boy and PBC, are really test runs for everything. Now, they're supposed to fight April 22nd. Now, if you take April 22nd to May 22nd to around June 22nd, that's still 8 weeks, right? So they can still be in fight camp, getting ready or whatever. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said before, I'm not a database for perfection when it comes to especially releasing news on here. But I don't think we're gonna hear anything before April 22nd. If the fight is gonna happen, I don't think we're gonna hear anything before Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. I don't think so. And it's currently 1952 military time, March 30th. I'm putting it out there. I don't think we're going to hear anything before the Garcia-Davis fight. I don't think so. I think they want to see what they already seen, right? That it can sell out, okay? They was able to sell out the T-Mobile. They sold that out, and the ticket price points was astronomical. So next, we have to look at the pay-per-view numbers. Can this fight break some records? I don't think we're going to hear anything before the fight.
That's my stance on that. Like I said, I can be absolutely wrong. I'm still in belief that Spence not coming back to 147. He's just holding boxing up. You won't be the only one. For real. Don Dollar, what's good? What's good with it? Thurman was always a plan, as they didn't want the Crawford fight to happen. I'm just curious to know, just like they put the false dates out here, they have placed it out there once again that the fight was going to be announced this week. We have heard absolutely not a peep. Then they always try to make it seem like they're going to announce it on a weekend or something where they actually have a fight that's pretty relevant. Well, in that case, they could have announced it with the Caleb Plant and David Benavidez fight. We didn't hear anything about this. That's why when Crawford put "we" at the end, who's at the end? You and Rocha? You and Errol Spence, y'all at the end of your tolerance for one another and making this fight? You're at the end. Like, come on, man, clear it up for us. Don't feed us breadcrumbs now. Clear it up. Clear this up, bro. Listen, Crawford and Spence is happening next, and Errol and Thurman is now plan B. I don't believe it, bro. I don't believe it at all. To be honest, I don't believe it. King said, Blunt, it's all joy when the promo act correctly, but they shysty as heck. It's not fan friendly to lead customers on the way they do. That's all I'm saying, man. Puppetizing the media is just, it should be criminal, bro. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe again. You know what I'm saying? Coach said, remember what I told you, what I said to Crawford? I believe it when I see it, both of the guys in the ring or on stage together at the press conference. Exactly. Exactly. I believe it when I actually hear the announcement is going to be made. You have so many people that have used the word breaking and come up with a title that insinuated that somehow new information was on deck. That's false. That's cap. No new information, bro. No new information. That becomes exhausting to those individuals. You know what I'm saying? If their fan base, if their subscribers want to continue to believe, oh, new information is out there, and they look at the host as the people who's breaking the news, they're the biggest dunce in the whole YTC community. They wear the biggest caps, I swear. Nice, about 4 feet high, pointed all the way up, man. Sitting in the corner. I mean, it just don't make any sense, bro, how people would just be taking advantage like this. Come on, bro. That can't be a good time for you to be in the presence of hearing the same lies over and over again. It can't be good times for you. It can't, man. I guess it's theoretically possible. He said he think it's okay. In theory. Okay, hold up, man. Let's talk about the target precedents. In theory, all right. In theory, we always have to speak in a way. In theory, you're right. In theory, theoretically, it might can possibly happen. Cocaine Bear is more possible than us getting the fight we deserve. Wake up. Hey, man, I think that Bear is just like a lot of these individuals that love hearing this information. Like it places them in a state of euphoria. You know what I'm saying? Somewhat like what Cocaine Bear was in. You know, he's in a state of euphoria because they have found a vein and he was able to, you know, they keep finding veins, man. They keep finding entry points to feed this information to the listeners, man. And they just continue to be zoned out. Zoned out, man. They can't pull themselves. They're addicted to hearing these lies, bro. I don't think I ever seen so many people on earth that I witnessed that continue to be lied to, and they continue to return for the same damage to happen over and over and over again. Well, you know, to be honest with you, they ain't really touching me physically, but you know what I'm saying? They are lying to me. And really, it's up to me on whether I want to, you know, really absorb and receive that lie as if it's really a lie. I just think it's just a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, like a fairy tale, foreplay, you know, just storytelling. I'm not taking it serious, but I just find it a bit intriguing. You know, you got to challenge your mind, brother. Don't take everything so serious. You know what I'm saying? Don't take everything so serious. If the brother want to say the fight is happening and it ain't happening, and you know it to be true, then pick and choose which percentage you want to believe more. If you believe the lie more, then that's what you get. That's what you get, a lie. Don't act like it's anything more than what it is. They love to be lied to on this. Lie to them. Lie. Lie. Exactly. I woosawed a minute ago about us getting it. I think a lot of people, they don't even have the patience to woosah, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, how can you woosah with one eye open, looking at the freaking timeline for some new information? You can't. You're supposed to be totally focused, eyes closed. But these dudes have one eye closed and one eye open, looking at the screen. What was that? Oh, shit. Woosah. What was that? I heard a notification. Let me see if so-and-so sent me some new information on notification. Okay, no, that ain't it. Man, y'all got to chill, bro. Dub 100, what's good? Watch the opposition numbers dwindle because of lack of respect they show the consumers. Man, boxing, man, they play around with us talking about he's gonna fight at 154. They sitting back laughing because 1,000 lives go up talking about, hey, what's the purpose of this 154-pound fight with no titles on the line? Not to mention, you have mandatories in the shoot. It's so much surrounding this whole play. It's so much surrounding it. You know what I'm saying? You have so much going on in the shoot. You have mandatories. You have people saying that Errol Spence can't make 147 no more. We have so much going on, like which is true and which is false. What to believe and what not to believe. I buy Crawford just because it's him staying active. I am Cam on deck, man. Salute to you, brother. One love to the Archbishop, WCS, the apostles in the building to lift the hands and spread the good news of boxing. Yes, indeed. Amen. Can I get a amen? Salute to you, brother, for pulling up. Spence can't mess with AJ. That's not possible. That's them acting like Spence that guy. No. Let Spence be the guy. I like when I heard that news, bro, that he want to go in there and spar heavyweight like Joshua. Please take more damage. Please take more damage. Yes. Because if this fight does happen, we would know deep down inside that there might be some type of excuse used if he doesn't make it out the third round, him being Errol Spence. They would say, oh, man, we got to put some of the blame on Derrick James because I'm just saying, man, Spence didn't look right, man. They say he was in that sparring Joshua, bro. When have you ever heard of a welterweight stepping up with a heavyweight that spars somebody like Crawford, who they don't give credit for having all knockouts in this division? No, you can't be serious. You can't sit up here and point the finger and say, yeah, he may have all stoppages at welterweight, but he's not a threat to Errol Spence, because that is the big fish, right? Why would the big fish have to go in there and spar a bigger fish in order to prepare for Terrence Crawford? It doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any sense. Like Coach said, wishing and hoping. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. Just like Coach put out there, everybody else. I believe it when I hear it. When I see certain people that's gonna the main breaking news affiliates, when I see them posted on Twitter, when it spread across, when the swarm, come across, social media airwaves, that's when I say, okay, now we getting somewhere. Until then, I have to continue to comfort the minds of individuals like Big Blunts and Boxing to make sure they don't disappear and run off into the shadows. For real. I don't want that man running to the shadows because this week is about to go by and we still haven't heard an official announcement. I'm just saying. When you wish upon a star, in my Jiminy Cricket voice. Hey, man, wish it upon a star, man. This is a huge star, bro. I think it's just a lot of people shining freaking flashlights, to be honest there, Cam. I don't think it's an actual star in the sky. I don't think it's that bright, bro. I don't think it's that bright. You know what I'm saying? I never really heard of a falling star shining like it did when it was up there in the galaxy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. Seriously. This topic is ruining people. This topic is ruining people. Like MF that keeps going back to strip clubs because a stripper likes him. Man, talk about, hey, man, can you hit me up, man? I'm good next week. I'm good next week. I'm just a little short, man. I need to pay this car note and this mortgage, man. I'm a little short. But I just seen you at the club, man. I know, man. Shawty bad, ain't she? Man, she's feeling. Did you see how she was looking? Bro, she want me, dog. Man, you was in a strip club. Stop it. For real? For real, I was in a strip club. They look at everybody like that? No, bro. They don't look at everybody. She got eyes for me. She get all my money. I hope this fight never happens. It's been 5 years and I'm bored of it. Even if this happens now, it won't be as good as it had been 5 years ago. PBC and EJ using Bud's name to sell. I do believe they're keeping the fight relevant by all means necessary. Shout out Yemi, right? They using Bud's name to keep it relevant. Why? Because that's Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? It's a pound for pound best, man. They got to keep his name in the equation. No one really knows what Errol Spence has going on in this fight. People believe that he can no longer make 147, but yet and still they have hope. They have hope, y'all, that the fight is going to be announced and June is going to be enough time for him to get back in shape. So in a sentence, Bud Crawford is supposed to have his mandatory in May, but yet I'm hearing that this fight, Crawford and Spence, is supposed to take place in June. But then you have to add on the extra layer of caca when it comes down to Errol Spence not being able to make 147. So his next fight is supposed to be at 154. And then when that caca hardens, you put on another layer of fresh caca with the point that Errol Spence has mandatories that's on deck too. I mean, it's so many layers to this cake, y'all. You don't know what to believe. Like, God damn. It's just so many layers to it. Every day you hear you hear something new. Like, what are we supposed to believe, man? Can he make the weight or can he? Is the next fight going to be at 147 or not? Are we going to get welterweight undisputed or not? Is he fighting Keith Thurman for real? And they just using freaking Bud, who's going to fight his mandatory anyway, as just a pawn a point of interest for the to keep us entertained, and then say, "Oh, the talks fell out." You know, the talks fell out. Bud is gonna fight his mandatory, and then Arrow's gonna fight Keith Thurman in 154. Man, get out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying? This never stops. When they be listening to Fanon, they interpret him as a theoretical solution, but he really just a fanboy. It's sad how he causes turmoil every day. Look, no one man can cause turmoil unless someone make the choice to listen to them. If you choose to listen to somebody, you're making a choice, man. To be in a state of delirium, you make a choice to hear the lies. I said this long ago about him. He pretends to speak from an intellectual, legal standpoint, that he has the knowledge to foresee the future based off if he was in that position. He in that position. All you doing is talking like everybody else. It's just the dummies that's in your chat that believe that you have an active say as if you some high-end attorney, which boxing don't have anything to do with legal terminology. We're talking about straight up boxing facts. We're talking about boxing topics. That's it. You don't have to put yourself in a numbers game to try to figure out logical thinking that this fight ain't gonna happen no time soon. You can guess all day long, but it's not about him. He's been wrong so many times. He's mad. I hope he feel a little bit better from blocking me, on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And believe me, I ain't losing no sleep over that. But dude, I don't take you serious. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Take him down to the infirmary, please. Take him down to the infirmary for real. But yeah, I agree. Yemi did make a good point. It has been 5 years, but when it comes down to it, Yemi, check this out. I don't try to go on here and lead people on this crusade, because like you said, it's been going on 5 years. That's a lot of walking and talking. This topic is not just being transient on YouTube, but you have to think about the pedestrians that's on site, that when they meet up in the gyms, they're talking about this particular topic. For them amount of years, you're talking about 5 years. You got to think about the fighters that have came into the gym, the trainers, the teams, the fight cards, the reporters, the commentators, anybody and everything who have stopped a Errol Spence or a Terrence Crawford or a Bomac or Derrick James or a Charlo or a Keyshawn or anybody that's attached to these camps about this fight. Do you know how many miles travel talking about something that we don't know where the destination is at? We don't know if it's going to be a destination. We have people that had the audacity to try to hit me up on the IG and tell me, hey man, you might want to get your reservations for November. I was like, how the heck am I gonna get a reservation when there's not even a site? And you know who you are too. Y'all. And y'all was wrong. And then you don't even have the nerve. You don't have the cojones to come back and apologize and admit that you was wrong for putting that in my inbox. Like what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to y'all put a date out there and a fake venue, and I'm supposed to make reservations. I'm supposed to go make reservations just based off what I have my method for getting information. I'm not gonna listen to y'all to say, oh man, the fight's gonna happen in November. That's when it's gonna happen. November come and go. They don't even apologize for lying to their audience, bro. They don't apologize. They don't care, man. We have to get out of well-placed lie, people, and I'm a fan of both. We have to get out of the well-placed lie, people, and I'm a fan of both. Y'all still a couple weeks into the announcement. This is like Floyd Pack for me. At this point, I really didn't care by the time they fought. I got a limit on how long I'm willing to wait for a fight before it loses its luster for me. Well, one thing we understand about the atmosphere of boxing, Andrew, is that with this topic, I don't think it has became entirely flattened. You know what I'm saying? It's taking its bumps and bruises, but it hasn't got to that point like Pacquiao and Mayweather yet, in my opinion. Like the boxing consumers, the boxing universe seems to be eagerly awaiting still. It's just something about this title. Like if you look at and remember 2022 when all this was going on, you couldn't come to the YTC without a live stream or a panel talking about the negotiations. And this potentially happened in October, November. It was being spoken on in such a high regularity that people were convinced the fight was going to happen. Then all of a sudden, they want to redirect the culpability and point at Crawford for walking away because they wanted to have the fight this year. One half of that went over there and fought Avanesian, and the other half haven't fought since April 16th of 2022. How much do you think that affected those same individuals that was eagerly awaiting news to break in 22 that this fight was going to be in November? How many people, yo? And then look, when they found out the fight wasn't going to be in November, they tried to come up and say, oh, it's going to be in December. It's going to be on the Frank Martin card. It's going to be on the Frank Martin card. And then it wasn't on the Frank Martin card. So we have a little hiatus, right? We had a small hiatus where it was kind of peaceful. We went through the new year. We came over to 2023. Okay. They was up there placing all the blame on Crawford because he went and fought David Avanesian. Okay. But yet they waiting for Spence to fight. January go by. Nope. 1st of February, usher in. Nope. Middle of February, end of February, nothing. Nothing but the same talk about now Spence is going to what? Fight Keith Thurman in 154 non-title fight. And all you hear from the people on the YTC is, well, you know, he told us it was hard for him to make 147. He has to, man. He has to. It's just unhealthy. And then you have people doing live streams talking about water on the brain. Man, that's unhealthy for Spence. It's unhealthy for Spence. If he can't make 147, he has to fight 154. See, if Crawford would have fought him last year, we wouldn't be on this. Man, come on. He was never fighting last year. They were never going to fight last year. They was never going to fight. All this leak audio at the beginning of this year. All the frauding, the bogus information released. Espinosa is 1 minute saying that he's putting all the culpability on Crawford for surprising them and walking away from negotiation and going elsewhere. But then he's the same person that comes back around and say they never stopped negotiating. He said that Crawford stepped away and he surprised them. So therefore, if they want to revisit the fight, when the interviewer asks him, is there any way that this fight can be revisited? Yeah, sure. But he definitely has to come with a different type of behavior this time, you know, so we won't experience the same actions that he did the first time. So you told us right there that they wasn't talking. That don't have nothing to do with Al Hammond and Tom Brown. You made it seem like for sure Crawford went his way, Errol Spencer went his way. That was clear. Then what 20 bottles of red wine later, he gets in another interview, and now the headline is they never stopped negotiating. So you trying to tell me that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford all of a sudden never stopped negotiating? Because what we knew that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford wasn't negotiating Terrence Crawford was without a promoter who was speaking to Al Heyman. That's what we knew for a fact. So we know for absolutely a fact that Terrence Crawford is not negotiating with Errol Spence. Errol Spence isn't permitted to negotiate with Crawford. Come on, man. We don't have to go to the school of hard knocks to get a degree on that. I can give you the credit in the parking lot. Man, let's have a conversation right quick. Let me ask you a question, man. For 3 credits. Yeah, 3 credits you can use whenever you want to further your education and shoot for your undergrad or whatever you got going on, your associates, undergrad, masters, all that. Do you believe? You know what I'm saying? If Crawford and Spence are talking, do you believe they're negotiating amongst each other and Al Heyman is not in the loop? If you tell me, no, I don't think so, I will present you credits that you can use in advancing your education for the School of Hard Knocks. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not accredited. WCS is not a accredited institution of higher learning that you can, you know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you parking lot freaking conversations now. I will give you 3 credits though. That's just internal knowledge you can take moving forward to your ultimate degree in mastering the understanding of hard knocks, the school of hard knocks, God damn it. Understanding more and more about boxing. That's it, bro. Tony Boswell on deck. What it do, Tony? What's good, brother? Big shout out to you and the fam, man. Hopefully everything is great. You know what I'm saying? Much respect at WCS in the chat. Stop there and show support. And hit the like button. Salute my brother. Just got off work. Yes, sir. All day, man. Tony Boswell in the building, bro. Hey, man, I'm trying to keep high spirits with Blunts. You know what I'm saying? Blunts is a soldier who is walking up on the lines trying to be a lookout. You know what I'm saying? Like, Blunts is trying to sit up there with that scope from a high elevated point and be a lookout as if he's trying to see the messengers that's dropping off messages, dropping off information about this Crawford-Spence. He believes, y'all. He believes. Even though the movement that he is witnessing is in fact small families of groundhogs that are scurrying back and forth from hole to hole. That's it. That's all he see on the landscape, bro. They are not carrying messages at all. They're just going from hole to hole, chilling, doing what they do as groundhogs, man. You're not seeing movement on the battle lines that somebody is trying to make it to you. Bless. Here's the message. It's for the PBC headquarters. Hurry up and break the news, Bless. Hurry up, Bless. That's the news. Don't read it now. Wait till you get back to the rear. You understand? No problem. I'm out. Oh my God. Stop it, bro. Lost Art of Boxer. What's good? LAB on deck, man. Salute, bro. I'm telling you, bro, it ain't going down like that, man. You don't have messengers trying to drop the information off, man. They're not giving the Blunts and say, Blunts, take it back and spread it to the world. It's official. We picked you because you stood your ground. You stayed hunkered in. You built the fighting hole. You secured it. When everybody else retreated, you stayed with us, Blunts. So we have to reward you with the first to break the news. Go be free. Man, come on, man. I'm trying to take this news serious, bro. Stanthionis and Boots both should be petitioning for the Spence fight, full court press. Well, for one, Stanthionis, I don't think, people want to see Stanthionis fight Spence, man. That style right there is Taylor. Both styles, Stanthionis and Boots, is very good for Errol Spence. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Both of them have good styles tailor-made for Errol Spence fight. Seriously. I'm wishing and hoping AJ beat the brakes off Franklin. Why? What did Franklin do to you, brother? Franklin haven't been on the scene long enough for you to feel the way you're feeling. What? Okay, you must be, AJ fan. I get it, bro. But Jermaine Franklin, man, he ain't did nothing to piss nobody off, bro. That's I don't know where that's coming from. Where did that negative energy come from, bro? You know what I'm saying? What is that energy? How can y'all don't like Franklin? He ain't did nothing but go in there and beat Dillian White. This is the dude who got the fight on short notice, was working in the warehouse and stamped his ticket there, Martin King, stamped his ticket to fight the former unified heavyweight world champion. And there's hate? What? I think, okay, if you are in full support of Anthony Joshua, I get it. If AJ goes 12, I'd be disappointed because Usyk was the litmus test skill-wise. What? Usyk was the litmus test for who again? Who was Usyk the litmus test for? Usyk style is different than Jermaine Franklin. They're different caliber fighters. Who is he the litmus test for? And let's not act like Usyk doesn't have flaws himself. Let's not act like Joshua don't have cardio problems. Let's not act like he hasn't displayed those cardio problems in the past. He has shown that he can start out the gate and be very dangerous. But yet, when that fatigue set in, he's on survival mode. I think AJ would stop Franklin 9-10. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I will put some cheese up there, but no, I don't know Franklin like that, shawty. I don't know you like that to put no bread up. Now, you just coming out the warehouse and you say you dropped 24 pounds. I don't know you like that, shawty. I can't put no bread on you like that, man. That's what I mean about customer service. People see how the weakest professional crap ever. People should ask for a refund on those strap season shirts. No, Larry, shout out to Larry Lopez, man. No, don't come in here talking about refunds because listen. He was able to bamboozle these people to buy the shirts. And then when Crawford fought Avanesian in the midst of a 14-year-old stunt driver running rogue in the highways, right? Ran into the front of him. And he gonna also drop the information that he's taking the shirts from online. He's done with them. So this brings me to another eclipse that happened. I don't understand. What does the shirts have to do with anything except saying that you're looking for Crawford? If you were such involved with finding out where Crawford was, all you had to do is call him up on the phone and say, hey, man, I was just calling to see where you was. Let's talk about this fight. That's it. You don't have to go through drastic measures because now it's looking like that you was just bamboozling your fan base. Just like you did pretending that you wanted to fight Crawford, you was bamboozling them with these t-shirts. I don't know how much money you made off the t-shirts, man. I've seen a lot of people that was doing live streams with that t-shirt on. So you obviously made pretty decent on that, especially when you was going to take them down and you announced that you was going to take them down, that weekend. A lot of people purchased those shirts. And they still cherish them to this day. When I attempted to freaking buy one to I just wanted to use it and see if it was a good cleaning item, for my countertops and stuff like that. I wasn't able to get the quantity that I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to buy at least about 5 to 8. Because, I want to make sure I had enough shirts for each room. Because, when you're using that pledge and everything, You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure you're able to flip the towel and the shirt over to the other side. Once you put that pledge on there, you know, continue to get the residue off of it. I wanted to use them for some cleaning material. That's all. I want to actually see if the fish rubs off on the furniture, you know, if it was cheaply made or it was manufactured thoroughly. That was my project, but I wasn't able to. Somehow they kind of blocked my freaking address, the ship. They found out it was WCS. They said, no, we're not selling to you. Go buy from somebody else. Seriously. I tried to buy from them aerosexuals for half the price because I knew it was worn already. And they would not come up there, man. I swear. They was trying to report me and everything. I say, man, just sell it to you for a quarter of what you paid for it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need. I'm back to full working, but I'll watch the folks. I've been watching all day, every day. Lost all the box at LAB. All I've been rocking with for 2+ years. I appreciate you pulling up there, Molly King Boxing. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you dropping in. Shout out to Haynes Legacy in the building, man. $5 super chat on deck. Haynes on deck. What it do, man? Salute to you, brother. Thanks for supporting the channel. You already know. You already know, man. Thanks for dropping the first donation of this live chat today. You know what I'm saying? Donations are welcome. And also, the Cash App is up at the top for those of you that choose to want to donate via Cash App. I truly appreciate it. Lopez said, Al saying he not letting anyone touch this fight, yet he doesn't want to put the guarantee money up for it. Disgraceful. That's what I'm saying. Like, right, Lopez. Like, why do people hear that they never stop talking when they can be a lot of people? But we know only one person is the primary point of communication when it comes to this. We only know one person who is the proven authority. So nobody's going to talk to anybody. Like Bud can talk to Arrow just in general conversation, but it doesn't matter what Arrow agreed to on the phone with Bud. None of that matters if Al Heyman isn't present as a third party when this is taking place. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all because Al Heyman, like you said, he's not letting somebody else touch it, but he was only referring to the hedge fund people. But now he don't have to worry about somebody else touching it. But then again, as I said earlier, I think the Gervonta Davis and the Ryan Garcia fight is a dry run to see if Golden Boy and TGB can run this, how well it does with the pay-per-views and the overall numbers, and then possibly they can usher in Terrence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. at a different location, a big location, to try to pull this off. Now, I do believe, like I said before, that if they do, we should be hearing something on the 24th. I don't foresee news coming to light before the 22nd. I don't foresee that. I might be absolutely totally wrong, but I don't see it, bro. No way to negotiate, but I'm only speaking for me. We free to think. I don't think they freaking negotiating at all, man. Not with Al Heyman being absent from the conference call. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Al Heyman ain't gonna do no BLK Prime stuff. People talking about they was on the phone call and they called this person. No, Al Heyman don't play those games, man. Look, they can talk for 2 hours straight, Crawford and Spence, and they can tie all these knots. They can tie up all the loose ends. And then, you know, you go to Al Heyman, and Al Heyman says, hold up. Let me get this straight. Y'all was on the phone for 2 hours, huh? So let me ask you this. Y'all didn't think to call me up? Oh, Y'all, you didn't think to call me up, man. So y'all think what you talked about, whatever you're gonna tell me, we're gonna go by that. No, Al, man, don't be mad. We just want you to listen, man. We just want you to listen and hear us out, man. That's all we want you to. Hey, come over here, Earl. I guess the last time you didn't hear what I told. Come over here, bro. Sit down right quick. Man, don't hit me no more, man. I'm in fight cap. Don't you ever have a conversation about business without talking to me. You understand me? Do I make myself clear? Don't you ever disrespect me like that again. Man, you didn't have to slap me, open hand slap me like that, man. Man, I'm just trying to make the fight, man. But I need to get off this live, man. I'm serious, man. I'm starting to break character, bro. But man, y'all been cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been cool. Thanks for pulling up. Haynes Legacy, man. Thanks for the name $5 super chat, bro. I'm trying to keep it at 2 hours or whatever without really, you know what I'm saying, getting into theatrical mode about this fight. But listen, I put it out there. I don't think any news is going to hit the headlines before the fight with Davis Garcia. That's what I'm thinking. But I want y'all to do, y'all put y'all fists together and you make that L, you hold that L up and keep hope alive. You know what I'm saying? And once again, as a brother, one brother to another, I want you all to go out here